Hello, welcome to Far and Away Fitness. My name is Rebecca, and today we are at Amphitrite Point Lighthouse in Ukulele, Vancouver Island, British Columbia. Join us for our fitness adventures as we partake in exercises across the United States, around the world, in exotic locations. Improve your fitness, your balance, your core stability, while viewing fantastic nature at the same time. Hello, welcome back to Far and Away Fitness. My name is Rebecca, and today we are filming at Cathedral Grove on Vancouver Island in British Columbia. I'm standing in front of an 800-year-old Douglas fir tree. We're going to do some upper body exercises today, and the equipment that I'll be using, I have a braided tube here, and I also have one circle band. If you don't have this equipment, go ahead and do the exercises anyway without the equipment. You will always get some benefit from moving your body. So I'm going to set these down momentarily to begin, and we'll warm up your upper body. Our purpose of our warm-up is to increase the blood flow to the area we'll be using. So let's start with your arms out and your palms face down, and we'll make some small circles. And you'll gradually get bigger with those circles, increasing the blood flow to the area that we will be working today. Now let's come to a stop and take your palms up, and we'll take our circles in reverse, starting small and gradually getting bigger. Now for our next warm-up exercise, we're simply going to cross and open the arms, cross and open the arms. I'm alternating which arm I cross in front. Once again, increasing some blood flow, getting a little movement, a little range of motion in our bodies. And for our last warm-up, I'm simply going to give my arms just a little shake out, relaxing the shoulders. I want to be conscientious throughout the exercises that I don't hunch my shoulders. Keep them down and back. Now, grabbing my braided tube, my first exercise today, we'll be doing band pull-aparts. So you will find for your body how much you need as far as resistance. I'm taking my band here in front. I'm going to take my feet about shoulder distance apart, and my shoulders will be down away from the ears, a nice tall posture, strong core, drawing my belly button in, and I'm simply going to extend the arms and then release them in front. As I do this exercise, I will be conscientious of a few things. One of those things is that I don't want my elbows to drop down like this. I want to keep my positioning. Another thing I'll be aware of, as I mentioned earlier, is not to hunch my shoulders up to the ears. I'm going to drop the shoulders down away from the ears. I'm pulling my belly button into the spine, keeping my core tight, and I'm not arching the low back. And as I've completed several repetitions here, I now feel quite a bit of warmth in my shoulders, my arms. Let's do one more repetition here for this exercise. And let's trade out for our loop band. Now this resistance band here, I'm going to place right around my wrist area. Once I have this set up, I'm taking my arms straight up overhead, but once again, and it's tough to see with my jacket here, but I'm going to drop my shoulders so that they're not hunched. And with my arms overhead, I'm simply going to press out gently with one arm and then the other. You'll notice I don't have a great amount of movement here. A small amount of movement is all I'm able to do. If you are able to move substantially, then you probably need a little bit tougher resistance. Now, for those of you that have difficulty extending the arms overhead, maybe an injury or some issue with shoulder mobility, this exercise can also be done down here. Now I'm going to soften my knees, bend the knees slightly, and bring the arms down. And with my hands just about in front of my shins, I'm going to extend one arm at a time and then the other right here. So it gives me another option, and I'm still working my same muscle group. Now let's work from here and begin to work our back muscles. So we're going to take a lat pull down position, keeping this loop right where it is. I'm going to have my hands facing front and bringing it up. Now I'm going to use my back muscles to bring my arms down. I am contracting my shoulder blades together, and then I'm bringing them back up. I'm focusing on the muscles of the upper back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. I have a nice tall posture. I am not allowing my shoulders to hunch. They're staying dropped down away from the ears. And I feel this exercise all through the upper, the mid back. Latissimus dorsi muscle is working, and the rhomboids are also engaging. And using a band is an excellent way to work your muscles, to strength train using your own body resistance. Now let's bring our arms down, and using no equipment at all, let's see if we could still work out. Can we still get an exercise for the upper body? Say you're on vacation and you have no equipment with you. Yes, you can still get an exercise. Let's start with some flares. So I have my arms out here to the sides, shoulders drop down, and I'm simply going to give little presses forward. You're going to notice this working in your shoulders. You may also notice your biceps working. Small presses, pressing against some pretend resistance. Now you can stand stationary here with your feet about shoulder distance apart. Or if you wanted, you could even do a little walking around. That's allowed. As you continue doing the flares, you will notice your muscles getting exhausted. And the key to strength training is that we do want to fatigue your muscles. Now let's take our flares in a different direction. I'm going to turn my palms to face back, and I'm now going to press back. So now I'm engaging a little more of my tricep area. Tricep muscles are engaging. I'm still feeling this in my shoulders. And I'm being conscientious once again not to hunch my shoulders. I have a strong core. I'm drawing my belly button in. And I'm breathing continually through the exercise. Small presses. Be purposeful with your presses. Now the last type of flare that we'll do here today is a rotation. So with the arms out, I'm now going to rotate, and I'm going to be working biceps as well as triceps, as well as my shoulder, my deltoid muscles. Keep in mind that your shoulder is a ball and socket joint. It is designed to have rotational mobility, and we want to keep that mobility going through our exercise program. As we release those arms down, let's take a couple of stretches to conclude our class today. We'll start with your right arm, and I'm going to inhale, take that arm up, and just take a nice stretch. I might crawl my left fingertips down a little bit for a little extra stretch. And then I'll inhale my way all the way up. I'm going to take this arm across the body. I'm not going to smash it in. I'm actually going to gently pull for length, getting a nice little stretch across that shoulder. As I release that arm down, I'll take my left arm up and get a nice stretch. I might crawl my right fingertips down just a little bit. And I'll inhale it up, releasing it down, and I'll bring this arm across, gently elongating for length. As we stretch our muscles, our goal is to lengthen those muscle fibers. And then I'll take my fingers and I'll link them together and just take a nice round here, feeling a stretch between the shoulder blades. And I'll open it up. And as I release it down, I'll roll my shoulders back a few times, getting out that tension and increasing the mobility. And then I'll roll them forward a few times. And this concludes today's upper body exercise here on Vancouver Island, British Columbia.